to start. So first question I have, when you look at this slide, you can see digital today. I mean, few years back also, about 10 years back also, we had most banks, financial industry, banks, NBFCs, and everybody started offering one-click loans. You just tap it. Lot of new areas it has come where you can click and get loans, right? But during COVID, there was a lot of reimagining, thinking about the process, and even savings account can be opened fully digitally now. A lot of other banks have also adopted and started doing it. So my first question is, one-click loan. If you have to get a click loan on up to 5 lakhs, will you? So if you read the question, which one do people would likely be more comfortable with? Taking a loan for 5 lakhs or depositing money on click of a button for 5 lakhs? So if you look at next slide, I'll just put up the answer. Largely, most people are more comfortable taking a loan for 5 lakhs because there is a requirement and a push behind their mind. Their mindset is they need a loan, there is a funding requirement, and somebody is offering you on a click of a button, why not take it? Taking, people are more comfortable. But when it comes to digitally investing on an amount, and I have put 5 lakhs there. If it was 500 rupees, maybe a lot of people would have said, yes, okay, let me do it. But if it is 5 lakh rupees, will you click and digitally just invest 5 lakh? Yes, good. Somebody said yes, very good. Yes, very good. Depends. That's why it is depends. Not everybody does it. Not everybody does it. Some people are comfortable. A lot of people are getting comfortable to that zone. But it also depends on comfort, brand, human touch, lot of other things when it comes to clicking and depositing something. So the point I am trying to say is digital acquisition, when it comes to liability side, which is on the depositing, accepting deposits, accepting on a mutual fund, these type of things, the whole dynamics around analytics has changed. The traditional way of looking at making the same logistic regression and working, the data itself has changed and the consumer behavior has changed as a pattern. Because you have a very mixed audience. Here itself we can see somebody saying I can invest, somebody saying I will not be able to invest. Very mixed audience. One size fits all, one data point, you get a data point and you say, you will do some algorithm and it will work, it will not work. So the targeting of clients is become so critical that you will have to really make it customized. You will have to differentiate some person who is likely to invest and easily invest an amount on a click on a digital side vis-a-vis somebody who will not. And if you make a simple assumption कि हाँ senior citizen है तो वो शायद digitally invest नहीं करेगा, it's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. Or a youngster है तो जरूर करेगा, that's also not the case at all. So it's no longer as simple as what we thought it was 5 years, 10 years back. Within youngsters, there are people who will not invest, and within senior citizen also there are people who are easily able to digitally invest. So then that's where again analytics becomes that much more challenging, that how do you then differentiate? What is the differentiator? Because when you are acquiring somebody, you don't have his data. If you have, in banking people say you have a lot of data, but you have data of people who are already with you. When you are acquiring somebody, you don't have data of those people. So that's where it becomes that much more challenging. How do you identify and right targeting? Otherwise, junk comes in. So when you also opened up digital acquisition, a lot of banks did in a way that they kind of started giving some incentive to open an account. As per RBI regulatory norms, you cannot give beyond 250 rupees. That's a regulatory cap. But a lot of people said, take 250 rupee voucher and open it. Now you saw a lot of junk coming in. Lot of fraudsters thought कि अलग-अलग email ID पे हम 5 account खोल के 250 कमाते रहेंगे. Lot of people opened 200, 300 accounts because they thought जितना भी account खोलेंगे हर account में 250 मिल जाएगा. So all that comes in. So analytics has become so difficult now to identify and stop such junk also coming in because it's a cost, right? End of the day. And account opening comes up with its See, as there are a lot of guidances in banking. Account open. When you open an account, I'll have to mandatory as a bank send you a checkbook, send you a debit card, everything. That's also all a cost. And if you are a fraudster who opened just for getting a voucher, then all my spend that sending is all a cost that is gone. So again, that's why lot of analytics concepts have changed. मतलब हिल गया literally. You are thinking कि यही data table है, इसी पे काम करना है, वो नहीं है अब. It's no longer like that. Now you have to think that data are changed. It's not your data also, it's a prospect client. So you'll have to think how do I work on that data and differentiate between a good, genuine client who has the capability of investing a big amount versus somebody who is a fraudster or versus somebody who is just opening for the sake of fun. So you'll have to differentiate and target the right. Otherwise, normally क्या होता है कि after you acquire digitally a deposit account, you give it to a frontline staff or somebody who can go finish the KYC process and meet the client. Now, you don't want to spend your staff time in meeting some junk client, right? So that's why it's very, very critical that this space is now becoming big for analytics. This space of whole acquisition. There's a lot of work in last 10 years gone on the loan side, and a lot of enrichment APIs have got built on the loan side because it's there now for 10 years. On the liabilities deposit side, it's a new recent thing. Every bank has started opening deposit accounts digitally in the last few years only, and therefore here huge scope and lot of things are happening on the new era. Next question again. Debit credit card, lot of people have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards also on their pocket. But UPI and wallet have taken over as a huge thing in the transaction side. Which do you think customers largely prefer while using? UPI. Both actually. Both. Anybody in the back, any simple questions here? I've not given some complex, it's a day-to-day question. Right.
Money, it is credit card. If you don't have money, it is if you don't have money, it's credit card. If you have money, then it's UPI.
Anybody in the back, any preferences? UPI versus a card usage? Sorry? Okay, got it. So if you look at the answer in terms of amount, as this is RBI data, I have not put any amount in. But if you see in terms of amount, it's card spends. In terms of number of transactions, it's UPI wallet taking over rapidly. Agreed. Now, what's happened is again, it's changed the whole gamut of analytics in this space. You've been used to traditionally looking at card ka data, Visa data, MasterCard data, all that data. You're very used. It's all across banks also, you join from one bank to another, data structure is same because all same Visa and MasterCard data, right? So you are very used to doing that. How many people when you use UPI and you pay to somebody, you write a proper remark? Superb, sir. But most of the people, I don't think they write. When you do a UPI payment, it's like you have to decode. It's like the WhatsApp language, people write 1 or 2 things. Whereas when you do a card swipe or a debit or a credit card, full detail about that merchant, it is okay, it is shopper stop, it is this locality, this thing, everything is available. But when you do a UPI payment, most details are not available, right? So how do you then do analytics? Your traditional models have all failed. You'll have to again rethink how I will figure out and how I will know where has he spent. The whole concept of recency, frequency, the RFM model, all that is gone because wallet दिन में कोई 20 ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहा है यूपीआई का 10 रुपया 20 रुपया 100 रुपया मतलब you can't imagine. Swiggy and all have started giving 25 rupees delivery. So many UPI wallet transactions, right? How do you think there is no concept of frequency? Recency, frequency, this whole model which used to run earlier, people used to say मतलब 2 ट्रांजैक्शन कर लिया तो वो फ्रीक्वेंट है, एक्टिव कस्टमर है, 2 तो आजकल मतलब 1-2 घंटे में कर लेता है लोग, right? So the whole concept of this model has changed. Now you have to relook at what you have done in the past and tweak the model. And as this gentleman rightly said, both exist. There are people who are using credit card, debit card as well, and there are a lot of same people are using lot of UPI wallet transactions. So there is no single persona or a simple thing that works. Ki this is a persona, he will use wallet, this is a persona, wo gaya abhi. Everybody using everything, right? All are coexisting. So you'll have to relook at the models that you have developed, look at this type of data, again re-engineer and get up with something new. Again, another question comes up. Skip, the whole concepts of our campaign exists huge time in banking, right? We are used to getting physical gifts, e-vouchers, cashbacks, but now you are seeing lot of this left-hand side one, this type, you know, that yellow wala goggle specs, and a lot of them would have seen, right? A lot of you would have scratched it in your phone. So which one do you think? Which one do you think people are more likely? See, he's saying scratch card. Scratch card. Wallet back, yeah, reward on your wallet. This is the ऐसा वाला photo, ये this gift types एक box का photo है. Anybody you think this also you like, that also gives you delight, or no longer? Maybe somebody saying maybe. Yes, why not? So things are actually, again I am saying, the whole concept of reward points, physical gifts, e-vouchers, again it's become very, both are coexisting. It's not that one is wiped off by another. There are a lot of platforms which are moving to e-voucher, but e-voucher is not giving them the same response rate which physical gifts were earlier being used and was giving them. Earlier, lot of banks used to give Diwali में full physical gift. घर में एक डब्बा पहुंच जाता था gift, and people were hugely delighted. Family was hugely delighted. अब mail box में बहुत सारा e-voucher पड़ा रहता है या notification पड़ा रहता है. Is that giving the same response rate? No, it's not giving. Actually, it's not giving. Right. So again, I am saying the way that you used to model and get the response rate, the whole concept has changed. The whole concept is now not about what is the open rate, what is the conversion rate. It is now gone into what time the person has spent in your app, how much time, how many people have scratched actually the card, because a lot of people are getting lot of scratch cards. Scratch ही नहीं करता बहुत लोग, शुरू में करता था, अब नहीं करता, अब बहुत सारे पड़े हुए हैं. So the whole concept is not about gifting now. It's all about usage, impressions, how much time spent, the whole response rate concept. Your model might be running on a response model. It's all changed now. It's no longer you can use that way. And again, both the gifting patterns coexist. Your entire conversion rate is no longer on one side. It is on, again, very, very customized, looking at this works or that works. Right? So the point I'm reiterating is the whole transformation which is happening, physical versus digital, is continuously there in every field, but both are coexisting. And in banking space, 100% I can say both coexist. You have reward points all the time on credit card, debit card, everything that you do, but the redemption rates are very low. Very low. Whereas physical gift also coexist. अभी भी लोग expect करते हैं कि physically भी देगा, दिवाली आ रहा है तो कुछ मिलेगा. The expectation is still there, and that is still continuing, and response rate on a physical gift continues to be high. So the response models have been completely changed to ensure that how do you expect a scratch card में कितना response मिल सकता है versus a different gifting. Coming to another question now. I don't think people are visiting branches any longer, I don't know, but question is net banking, check, cash, you can see ATM ka photo and all, versus a mobile app. Mobile app, see, he is very clear. What about you? Do you still have your check, or you forgotten where is the checkbook? Net banking, checkbook, cash, net banking to some extent. Mobile app, given, mostly mobile app. Any answers from the back side? I can't hear. Yes, sir.
See, I'm not sure. See, in my computer, when I do net banking, I have a proper firewall. So I have done that. I'm not sure about mobile app because I don't have an antivirus or a proper firewall.
Very good.
So I
Good.
prefer net banking.
Correct. Good. Anybody else in the behind? Anybody else? Anybody for checkbook? See, as per regulatory, again I am telling you, our banking is very regulatorily guided. Now if you open an account, it's mandatory for us to give checkbook. 20 लीफ का चेकबुक इज एज पर आरबीआई नो मैंडेटरी. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम भेज नहीं सकते, कोई यूज नहीं कर रहा मत भेजो, कॉस्ट बचाओ, नहीं कर सकते, मैंडेटरी है. बट दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग, एनीबडी स्टिल ऑन टू चेकबुक? ही इज देयर. हाँ, कैंसल चेक्स के लिए वेरी गुड. चलो कोई तो है. ही इज आल्सो सेइंग यस. पोस्ट डेटेड चेक समटाइम्स इट्स यूज्ड. ओके, sorry. So mobile app is clearly trending higher as of now. The usage, at least the logins and usage and time spent is trending much higher. Every banks and I think non-banks also, everywhere people are working on the GUI, how I can make it more user friendly, more looking good, more people to come in. So lot of banks, everybody seems to be working again and again on version 1, version 2, सबका version 7, 8 तक भी सबका पहुंच गया है. Everybody is working to improve the look and feel कि easy बनाए, कितना easy बनाए. So mobile app definitely, but I just want to, as he exactly pointed out, there are lot of people who don't use. There are lot of people still using traditional channels of net banking, check, cash. Traditional net banking is still not traditional, but it's looking like the way mobile app is picking up, net banking थोड़ा पीछे चल रहा है, right?
I'm talking from experience. My account got hacked.
Okay.
So I'm very careful. So I wouldn't go
Absolutely.
for mobile app.
No, absolutely.
Because I don't have the antivirus, I don't have the firewalls in the mobile.
Correct.
But net banking, I can ensure that I have the firewall.
Absolutely, sir. Agree. So again, no, one of the pointer is also, one of the key variable is also the value that you keep in the account. If your account is having really lot of value, that guy also, we have seen usage of mobile app is very limited. So that is one of the key variable. But definitely a lot of persona, lot of other things, it's no longer, I am again bringing the same point here, both coexist. There are people who are using mobile app only for balance inquiry. खाली एक बार balance देखने के लिए use करते हैं. बाकी actual transaction जब होता है वो they go to net banking doing RTGS or IMPS, or there are other people who are still issuing checks. Believe me, every month we know the volume of checks that we handle. It's not gone down.
Just a small comment. I maintain a separate phone only for phone banking.
Very good.
So the other phone, I call it as junk, where my Facebook is. This is a junk phone.
Yeah. So the personas differ completely. See, in banking, everybody opens a bank account now. There is hardly anybody in any age group that haven't opened. So the personas very, even within a particular age group. If you think 20 to 25, everybody will be in mobile app. No, not necessarily. There are people who are still using, they are proud feeling issuing check also. 20 to 25 you would think कि वो कहाँ checkbook use करेगा. कोई लोग को वो पहला बैंक है, पहला account है, 20 to 25 वो भी check use कर रहे. So it is again coexisting, and all your models that we do, see why we push people for transaction is, as per banking it is proven that the guy who is actively using your account will keep money with you. When he is having money, when his income will come, he will put it in that account, because everybody today has multiple banks. Banking is no longer mono line, right? It is everybody has 2-3 accounts with every bank. So wherever he is transacting more, we believe that he will keep money there, and that's why we promote the transaction behavior. To promote the transaction behavior and identify the right set of customers have become very challenging. If you think somebody is actively using mobile app, does not mean he will put money with you, because he might be only going and checking balance inquiry. मजा आता है, बहुत लोग करते हैं. We've seen that, right? So concept is that way, that analytics, again, it's no longer simple way of that, high transaction, okay, very good guy, he will keep more balance. No, I'm sorry, those days are gone. So your whole variable concept that you are building model has changed. It's now you have to relook at channel behavior with persona, with n number of other variables to figure out whether he is actually a affluence and a wealthy guy. Again, I've come to another question now. Branch, lot of people, I don't know people visit branch or not any longer, but there are footfalls. Believe me, you go to a branch all the time, there is a queue. ऐसा नहीं है कि branch कोई नहीं जाता. Branch versus video assisted. I don't know whether you've tried anybody, but lot of these account opening, whether it is mutual funds or a IPO investment, or you do a account opening or a loan, everything. Today everything is available on a video assisted model. And a relationship manager can call you on a video call and do everything literally. All transactions is recorded. You can do successful investment, successful loan, everything on a video KYC. Regulatorily, you are now allowed to do video KYC and do everything. So the whole dynamics, will you do a video KYC and do everything on a video call and close it? Or will you still search where is the nearest branch and go to a branch? Video KYC, neither. Which is convenient? Video KYC is convenient. Bank has to come to customer, correct? I agree. Lot of people go with a tab and help you, assisted model that is. They come, they take an appointment and they come, correct? Correct. Yes. Correct, correct, correct. Lot of things doesn't go through, correct. Yes, yes.
I recently visited a branch, after a very, very long time. I got a VIP treatment. There was nobody in the branch. There
Okay.
was 10 employees and I was the only customer.
Very good. Okay. So most people in the room would have gone to any branch, may have gone, may not have gone. Unless there is a pressing need, people normally are not going to branches. Video KYC is one easier way, or fixing an appointment and calling a person and giving every detail, that has become a more easier norm. But again, both coexist. Both coexist as we are going into, if you see all my questions, phygital, you have this also, that also. It's no longer I can say that only this is existing, that has been wiped out. Both are existing, otherwise you will not see branches. Everywhere you go, you see at least some bank branch is always there. And if one bank opens a branch, you see in that street all banks slowly comes and open the branch, right? So branches are definitely there. That model is also, maybe the size of the branches have nowadays become like a shop and smaller, but branches do exist. And this new model which you said, the assisted model we call it, where actually a guy comes to you with a tab and he assists you in doing everything, is also very, very popular. Again, whole analytics behind this has changed absolutely. Absolutely. Branch visit पे जो analytics करते थे सब खत्म हो गया. Video KYC analytics करना पड़ता है कि वो आदमी सच बोल रहा है नहीं बोल रहा है. Phygital में कैसे video KYC का data, video data or a speech data, lot of new data have started flowing on which you will have to build models and identify how was the conversation, did it go through okay, and all that. So compare, the complete data set has changed. The data that used to come on a completely in a different way, which you are used to, that a guy has come to a branch, try to cross sell him ABCD, all that. Now you can't do all that. Now it's a video KYC में सब कुछ हो जाता है. And बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं, बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं. Lot of people are doing because it's comfort, it's comfortable, and it's not that difficult also. So lot of people are adopting to those change, but then the backend data and the models that we are building are completely different. So you will have to clue into every day into the new changing data structures and kind of build and tune your model to get to their outcome. So what is changing when the whole, I've probably covered for 6 or 7 key questions in the branch banking side and the banking world. But what is it that as an analyst we need to be more careful, and what we need to be more sure as to where it is going? The moment you think I have expertized a model, I built something, that whole thing drops as if कि ये कल से use ही नहीं होगा. Redundancy is the biggest thing that we are facing, because the whole thing that you have developed looks like ये अब काम ही नहीं आएगा कहीं पे. In fact, I mean, as I speak, there are new we had one fintech festival in Bombay, about last 3 days, and we can see inventions everywhere. People are saying even card का नया version आ गया है, जहाँ sticker जैसा भी card आ गया है. And in fact, our bank is also launching very soon. And one bank will launch, every bank launches. Sticker जैसा भी आ गया, उसको भी tap करो. Everything new, people are experimenting. UPI, wallet, what not. I mean, there could be something more. Even WhatsApp, I have seen WhatsApp payments and other things they've not picked up as much, but you never know. 1 year down the line, maybe that might be a bigger thing, right? So the way digitally changing things are happening, your data and model, what you have is redundant. It's का validity ही खत्म हो गया है. मतलब जब तक आप सोच रहे हो मैंने बना दिया, फाइन ट्यून कर दिया, तब तक वो उसका मतलब है ही नहीं. It's no longer in use. It's now thinking that you'll have to rethink and you have to rebuild. And you will need a person who understands that, right? And he understands previous thing also, because you cannot have a कि तुमको खाली ये पता है, पाइथन ही मालूम है, लेकिन पहले क्या होता था मालूम नहीं. You need both because both are coexisting, right? It's not that somebody is dropping the ball on one side and only other thing is existing. It's not replacing. Both are existing. So again, do not over depend on any tool, because the moment dependency is too high, something new comes, you are not able to change, and then you are lagging behind in the service. So being ahead, you'll have to make everything in a way that if there is a channel that is changing or a customer behavior that is changing, you'll have to be geared up to face that challenge. I think that was all that I wanted to cover. 3 minutes left. Analytics is no longer a support function, it's a catalyst to drive business. It's absolutely a catalyst to drive business. This is not anybody saying, it's just that I have put that up front to tell you. We are, as an analytics team, there are targets are straight on revenue and straight on the business side. So we take whatever is the business target, 20% or 25% should come from analytics. As simple as that. It's a target driven organization on the analytics side. There is no longer, how many MIS did you send, or how many dashboard you rolled out, or how many models you built. No KRA is on process or activity. It is pure direct on how much bottom line revenue did you get, or how much sales or impact that you made. So that's the strong message on the analytics side, that it's not seen anymore as a BIU support function. It is key driver and contributor on sales and revenue. So that's where I want to end. I'm